Well, our fascia interferes with our 24/7 breath. What does that mean? 24/7 is all day, all night. I mean, all life. We breathe, like you know, of course, and each breath is a movement that moves the fascia. But if the fascia are too tight, then you're having a harder time to breathe. That is the simple story about what I'm going to teach tonight. I looked up in the Google actually yesterday because I wanted to know how 2025 defines, how AI defines the fascia in the body. And I'm going to read a few sentences for you guys. Because it said, fascia is a continuous, three-dimensional sheet of connective tissue that surrounds and holds every muscle, organ, bone, and nerve fiber in place. That was, the main sentences of that Google AI. And what I loved about that is the three-dimensional mentioning, that was four fingers, three-dimensional, because the way I'm going to teach you tonight is that we are breathing three-dimensional, like you probably already know, but being able to breathe three-dimensional, how you're designed to breathe, you should not have too tight fascial restrictions around your rib cage, all the way from your jaw, all the way to the bottom of your pelvis. We are not going to work with all of the areas tonight, but you can. And it's easy. It's not hard, but you need to do it. And you can release it. And when you release it, you actually free up your breath. It's just easier to breathe. The brain wants to breathe. Your nervous system wants to breathe. Your body wants to breathe. But if it's not possible because you're too tight, you're locked in a cage, then you're not able to breathe optimal. You're not able to breathe free because of the fascial restrictions. And just defining where are the fascia located? Everywhere. It's located everywhere in your body, in between, connecting everything. It's connecting throughout the body like a total tensegrity system. I have different tools around me. That's why I look around to grab this one. So this is a very typical construction of a tensegrity, so-called tensegrity system. And the body works like this system. So if I'm gonna move my arm, let's say this is the arm part, I move this, I pull in this one. Then there is movement in all of the other areas in this tensegrity system. That is how your body functions. So if I'm moving my arm, something is happening in all of the located area connecting to the arm, exactly like this model does. So when you breathe, it is a continuous movement that is kind of like a wave talking to other body areas. Not only the lungs, but other body areas feels it. So the problem around the fascial system is that if you get too tight, for example, I can lock these two poles. I lock them. Now you have become too tight in your fascial system. And remember, the fascial tissue is all around in your body. It is around the joints. It is in between and around and connects everything, not going into those details furtherly. So if this is too tight, this area could be around the rib cage somewhere, and you're trying to move somewhere else. I mean, you're trying to breathe, for example. Then look what happens. I'm moving this one. So I'm trying to do something here, but what happens? Nothing happens really here, but I overdo it. I overuse other areas. That's where the issues comes in. And with the breath, it's very simple, because if you want to breathe three-dimensional, you need space and less tension all around the three-dimensional area. All right, I hope that makes a little bit of sense, because it's very important to understand that when we continue working with the breath, the lungs, the diaphragm, the rib cage, the pelvis, the abdomen, the back, we need to remember that a breath creates a movement inside your body. You can feel it. Thank God of your interoception. And when you breathe, you feel a movement outside, I mean on the surface of your body. So you sense a movement inside, you breathe and you are expanding, and you breathe out, you are releasing. That's how it goes on 24/7. But if, and now I'm gonna use some of my tools, you have got some fascial tissue that was too tight for a reason, and now I wrap around some Dutch tape, I think it's called in English. It's non-elastic tape. And then when I try to breathe now, it's like, wow, I'm not really able to breathe. Oh, what's happening? I can't really breathe. And if I'm trying, it's like, I'm gonna have to push to breathe. That's not how it should be. All right. This is not elastic at all. So this is the worst case. Typically, this is a rubber band, just a rubber band. Typically, you will create, or your body will create, tight areas, like there's still a little bit of a movement, but it's hard. So for a normal breath 24/7, you won't use that area. It could be in one part of your rib cage, etc. Maybe we're gonna we're gonna explore a little bit later on. So the fascial tissue plays many roles in the body. It plays a role like different roles. So in the Achilles tendon, which also is connective tissue, the Achilles tendon, which is just, right here, it's very thick. It's strong, it's thick, it's not that elastic. It's more like this. Other kinds of fascial tissue should be more elastic, like this, for example, and other kinds should be more like this. Just to make you understand that there are very many different types of fibers and jobs, functions, roles in the body with the fascial tissue, and I don't want to go into that. Just to make you aware that's how you're designed.